every winemaker will tell you, the best part of making your own wine at home is tasting your own wine at home. I'm Tim Vandergrift from Master Vintner, and today we're tasting my Master Vintner Merlot. This has had about 6 months in the bottle, so it's primed for a tasting. I tasted it as soon as I went to the bottle and was really impressed with the character at that point, but now I'm going to be able to really evaluate it. So, let's start off with the standard tasting procedure. We are going to look at the wine, we are going to smell it, and then we are going to taste it. Step one in looking at the wine is to assess the color, clarity, and hue. And you want to do that by turning the wine glass on its side and looking through the thin edge of wine at the top of the glass. That's because if you hold it up, you're looking through quite a volume of wine, and if you look down through it, you see your hand or the stem below. But when you turn it on its side, especially over a white or light colored background, you get the thin layer of wine, you can really see into it. This Merlot has a beautiful, richly purple-red color, and that tells us something right away. If it's purpley red, that means the wine is still fairly young and it came from well-extracted red grapes. Merlot is normally a nice, rich, deep color. Of course, there is white Merlot, which is a light pink, and there are some cold climate Merlots, which are more garnet or ruby hue. But this is fully ripe looking, and that purple color also tells us the wine is quite young. Red wine has several different pigments in it. In fact, it's got many pigments in it. But specifically, one of them is blue. And we know that blue and red together make purple. But that blue pigment is very unstable. So over time, it will break down, leaving only the red pigments behind. And our wine will take on a true red color, or even in a very well-aged example, it could come on to a bricky red color. It's not a sign that it's spoiling or that it's gone bad, just that it's going through the aging process. But quick look tells us this is purpley red, which means it's youthful, it's vibrant, it's all there. So that's our look at color. And let's just talk about clarity. This wine is brilliantly clear. It is absolutely sparkling and star bright. And that's true of all Master Vintner wines. They will clear gorgeously for you every time. And this just looks really inviting to the eye. So the next step in look, smell, taste is smell. We're going to swirl the wine in the glass to concentrate the aromas so we can smell them. And we're going to take a good deep sniff to make sure we get that blast of aroma deep into our nasal passages. Oh yeah. So, right away, I'm getting sweet fruit. I'm getting dark cherry. There's some strawberry, interestingly enough. There's some plum notes, sort of a deep, rich plumminess, like an Italian prune plum that's fully ripe. But it's also bright. There is some raspberry there that I didn't get that quite when it was just in the bottle, but there it is. Strawberry and raspberry. And there's also currant. It's got a nice, juicy, rich, curranty aroma, which is common to a lot of the Bordeaux grapes. Bordeaux grapes are like Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and Merlot. So it's got that juicy, curranty character that's kind of making my mouth water a little bit. And there's no oak in this. This didn't come with oak, and I didn't put any in because I wanted to see how it came out just straight out of the box. So it's got bright frontal fruit, not hidden by any toastiness or smoke notes or honeyed notes. The next batch that I'm making, I'm going to split it into several different sub-batches, and I'm going to oak each one of them to see what I can pull out with a little more structure. So let's smell, and now we're going to taste it. And just a little sip and run some air across our palate to enliven it. It looks like I'm gargling with the wine, but it's actually a good tasting technique. Refer to my tasting video in the notes below for the full scope of how to taste wine. So let's just take that sip. Black cherry. Right away I get black cherry. Oh, and a lot of it. Also blackberry, blueberry. There's almost a mulberry note. Not many people have had mulberries. Some of you may have, but wow, it's really interesting to have that evolve through the other flavors, including plum. There's some red cherry in the finish. It's all layers and layers of these wonderful fruit flavors. Now, it's not sweet candy fruit. It's backed up by firm acidity, So these were cool climate grapes. They didn't just ripen until they were practically sugar balls on the vine. It's got enough acid to balance that fruit character so it has really decent structure, despite the fact that it's unoaked. And there's tannin. There's a really nice drying sensation after I finish swallowing across my palate. And that means this is going to be an excellent food wine. I'm thinking smoked meats, Montreal smoked meat, even perhaps a Texas brisket would be fabulous with this. The fruit would absolutely complement it well. Also hard cheeses. I think, usually I don't recommend cheddar for a wine, but a really good aged cheddar, like a 5-year-old cheddar, something from Vermont or from Canada or even from England where they invented cheddar, would be swell. Game dishes, oh my goodness, yes, it would work excellently with something with a little more gaminess to it for the fruit to work against. And even perhaps a piece of dark chocolate would go really well with this. There's just so many things that it would pair with. It's friendly and versatile seeming. And traditionally, Merlot it's considered to have lower levels of tannin than, say, Cabernet Sauvignon, its sister grape. But this has really refined tannins. They're very smooth, and they go on for quite a long time. So I'm really pleased to drink it on its own. It doesn't require food to complement it. And I can see that finish developing over time and some more length coming out of it as it ages. Right now, it's drinking absolutely gorgeously. I'm really happy with this wine. It's turned out excellent. Not only is it drinking well right now, it's got potential to age for the future. It's got a nice balanced character. The fruit is there, the acid's there, the tannins are long, and I can see having it with a wide variety of different foods. It's turned out so well, I can't wait to share it with my friends and my family. And I think you're going to like it too. Master Vintner, love your wine.